Hey everybody, how are you? Hope you're doing well. So do me a favor before we get started. I need you to hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, I need you to do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you will not miss an episode. So how is everybody today? All right. So today we're going to talk about what is going on in the media. The big ugly bill. The big ugly bill. So you've heard of the big beautiful bill, I'm sure. And the Democrats have renamed it to the Big Ugly Bill, which I think that's kind of funny, actually. What do you think? Do you think that's funny or not? The renaming of it. All right, so I'm going to talk about some of the things that are in it and how the Republicans see it, how versus how the Democrats see it, and this will impact your pocketbook. So that's why I'm talking about it. This is a finance channel, as you know. All right, so let's talk about this bill. All right, so one of the agendas of the bill is to make people who are on Medicaid work to get Medicaid. All right, so this is how the Democrats see it. The Democrats see this as they are not opposed to work. They have strong work ethic. However, they see this as throwing poor people away. So this plan is going to kick off a lot of people out of their health care, and they are basing this on a failed experiment in Georgia. So there was an experiment done in Georgia where they make them work for Medicaid, and they're essentially the working poor. So, have you ever seen someone or been in a situation where you work and you still never have enough money, right? Have you seen that? All right, it doesn't matter how much you work, you still don't have enough money. So that's the experiment that happened over in Georgia. They ended up being the working poor. So, whereas the Republicans see this, they view people on Medicaid as people that don't work. That's how the Republicans view them. The Democrats, on the other hand, they already did experiments in Georgia and they're essentially the working poor. All right. So, there was a failed experiment in Georgia already done, and that's what they are attempting to do now. All right, so the Democrats see this as taking food out of the mouth of poor people. So you're taking money from the poor and you're giving more money to the rich. And so, how are they going to take the food out of their mouths? Well, they plan to cut SNAP, which is food stamps, right, by the order of $290 billion with a B. So, cutting $290 billion with a B out of SNAP. That's a lot of money, and that's a lot of people on SNAP. Can you imagine? All right. So the Republicans, they call this the pathway to coverage. Um, However, so far only 7,000 people are enrolled. Democrats see this as working class people should have the right to basic health care. All right. When they did the experiment over in Georgia, the people ended up sicker and they ended up poorer. All right. Currently, Georgia is the only state that has a work requirement. All right. So we've already seen this in the state of Georgia, and the result was sicker people and poorer people. All right. Another thing that is in the plan is $150 billion with the B going to border security. $150 billion with the B going to border security. So there is a whole lot of money out here. You got billions of dollars for border security. Can you imagine that? There's like so much money out here, but the distribution of the money, how are you going to distribute it? So that's the problem. That's what the fight is about. How are you going to distribute this? So with this bill, they plan to cut 7 million people off of healthcare. So 7 million people will have no health care if the bill goes into effect. Also cutting $290 billion off of SNAP. So $290 billion off of food stamps, right? In addition, what's going on with the tariffs, there will be an increase in cost of groceries. As I'm sure you notice, groceries are higher than normal, right? So raising the price of groceries, and they also want to cut Head Start. All right. So Head Start is very important for people with children, essentially mothers. Head Start is very important, and they plan to cut Head Start. So what are the Democrats doing? The Democrats are essentially um, fighting this bill. They're fighting the bill. We have a lot of very smart, educated African American people that are high up. If you've noticed, if you noticed, you know, we got way too many educated people for them to sit back and do nothing. So these are people that actually are involved in the legislature. They understand every detail of what is going on. They understand every detail of that bill, everything that is in the bill. They understand every plan that is laid out. And we got way too many smart people, smart, educated African Americans out here that are in very high positions, right? So it's not only African Americans fighting, there were also white people that are fighting that believe in doing the right thing. All right. So it's not necessarily all about color. It's about, are you good or evil? That's what it's about. Are you good or evil? That's the bottom line. See, sometimes we get hung up on color because, yes, discrimination is real. Yes, racism is real. But then you're also going to find angels. You're going to find angels, and they're going to be in different colors, different forms. All right. So this is what is going on. Democrats are trying to stop it, or they're not trying, they're fighting to stop it. And what they need is they need only 4 Republicans. They need only 4 Republicans to stop it from going through. And the bottom line, the basics of what's going on with this bill is the distribution of the money. How is the money going to be distributed? And the basic plan is to take the money from the people that need it, um, the economically disadvantaged people, for whatever reason. They're on food stamps, they're on Section 8, they're on whatever. Get the money away from them. And we're going to use the money on things like border security and tax cuts for the rich. So if you're a Republican, you may like the plan, of course. It kind of depends on what your financial situation is. Because if you're already wealthy, then more than likely you would have a different stance as opposed to someone who is struggling right now. All right. And that's where the fight is. How is this money going to be distributed? All right. So that is what is currently going on. This is the finance channel. And what I say is to just do what you can to improve your own financial situation. And you know what that is, right? Real estate, stock market, your own business, and crypto. Speaking of business, how's your business going? Have you decided on what business path to take? Have you decided on what business path to take? Give me the letter A in the comments if you've decided which business path to take. Give me a letter B if you're not interested in a business, because everybody is not interested. And then give me a letter C in the comments if you've been in the business for a decade already, but you're not going to help anybody and you're not going to share information. So whoever is behind you, they're going to get it the best way they can. If that's you, put a C in the comments. All right. So that's what's currently going on. Do me a favor. If you like the channel, I need you to hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, I need you to do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you will not miss an episode. Feel free to leave your comments, your thoughts, your opinions. If you are interested in buying property, either now or in the future, check out the link below. Join the waitlist for the real estate group. And if you are a man, check out the pin link below. Right? This is not just for fashion. I want to actually see you in it, see you walking around in it, and do you agree with it? That's what I want to know. Do you agree with it? Check out the link below. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget, on your way out, hit that like button, and I will see y'all on the next video.